Okay, for those of you who know my sheds well, some of you do, we have made some changes today. We're in the second shed where we keep all the Corvettes and Porsches. I'm going to say Ferraris, but I don't own a Ferrari yet. I don't know that I ever will. Anyway, we've this one's going in for service. Would you believe it's second year? It's done 2,000 kilometres. It's run in now, 2,300. It's actually run in. Anyway, today, and the parts have come back for this 911. So we'll be this week putting the bit in there. But anyway, this is what happened today. The hoist that was sitting out blocking space everywhere, I realised it was behind this roller door, sitting out here. And I thought, oh, that's not good. I'm going to get this thing out tomorrow. So it was good motivation. As you can see, I've got all the racks over there ready to go down this whole side. And all this rubbish comes out of there. So all those green and blue racks get moved over. And we're a bit of a mess over here, to be honest. But that's okay, because this all goes together, and pretty much the idea is to get stuff out of the sheds, etc. So now we've sort of got the hoist in some sort of reasonable setup. This big one really is lovely, especially with the new jack system on it, etc. Absolutely amazing. I've been crooked the last few days, so it's my first day back on, but it's really cool. And obviously we've got a lot of mess to sort out around, but we're starting to clear space. As you can see, tomorrow we've got Sam back here on the on Sam's Boxster, Sam for Sam. We've got all the computers back from Injectronics. They all checked out fine. Computer fine, immobiliser fine, ignition switch fine. So we're missing something really stupid, but you got to check it all. My favourite little toy car sitting here. That's probably going to go for at least until summer, probably back on top of the ramp. I haven't got the other signs up just yet, but hopefully this week I have a better week. Spent a lot of last week either playing with a hoist, up at Henty, or in bed. But yeah, this is really turning out good, and really starting to feel like, we'll get the white EK up there, I think, just for now, just to get it out the way, because I've got my target things. Although, actually, before I put it up there, I want to get over to the boys with the wheels to measure up the American racing wheels for it. So, yeah. And the Fletch bookcase is coming along over there, still well. So we're getting there. But yes, from pretty much the Fletch bookcase right through to the end there, those blue and orange racks will be going through. And again, everything you see along here, geez, part of me wants to leave the old vane meter in here, but I don't know, maybe it goes in the other shed. I don't want to sell it. I know it's crazy, but an old mate of mine, Adelaide, restored that thing, and it's just what it is. Anyway, so got a bit of stuff moved around today, and I can at least get the Corvette out for tomorrow. It's actually unregistered, so I'm going to have to put it on a permit. Long story. Anyway, let's just say it's going to be registered with the hot Seagate plates by this time tomorrow. No, whoops. Oh, good on you. Sorry, by this time Tuesday. It'll have those plates, and it will be registered in Victoria. Thank you very much to who you are. That might have let us sort of play a couple of games with this. Thank you. You're a legend. I'll explain that one to the car guys, my mates, one day offline. But there are really smart ways to do things if you know the people involved. So there you go. That's what I'm going to say, as much as I'm going to say. What are cars getting this week? Turbo Porsche is getting its new stereo fitted. That one goes off to get an air conditioner in about 3 weeks' time. All retro, really nice retro system. Obviously, that's in for service tomorrow. I've got the new stereo in for the Hilux too, at the 13.3-inch screen that's come in. So that'll definitely go in this week with no question. I don't care if I'm dying, that's going in. I miss not having all that. I miss my Pajero. Graham, I miss my Pajero, mate. I hope you're enjoying it, because I miss it. It's a great car. Sam always said, you're going to regret selling that car. And look, the reality is, you can't have a million registrations, I suppose. Isn't it nice? You just hit the buttons now. these lights that, have your Chevy signs and things, once we get the Porsche one up there, and then there's a Dodge one actually going up there. I'm looking at a Dodge Demon at the moment, and I've got something else that some of you know about that's on the cards, but this Demon's very interesting, very, very, very interesting. When I say something's very interesting, that usually means it's the right price. Haven't got the lights in across here yet, but that will happen. My blue manual 5-speed Corvette with, stinking hot motor, and they're still sitting there. We'll get to that. As I said, tomorrow with that one. And we're talking to Ricky from Ricky's Customs on putting the 327 small block in this one, taking the big block out. So we're talking. But yeah, look, but as you can see, and I've got someone coming in. See this mess here? And he's a really nice guy. He actually works down the road here. So days when it's raining, when he can't work down the road, I'm going to be having him come in and spend hours. We've worked out an hourly rate, and I said, mate, look, I just want you to make my tools into something that's usable again, instead of this ridiculous mess. And we sort of obviously got toolboxes and bits that need to be sorted out. But yeah, I want to try and get this area and try and get a few areas. We're probably going to remove all these racks here. I want to get more sort of work bay tool areas through here. This shed's going to become very less radio orientated. I'll probably still keep some of this area here, don't get me wrong, but and very more sort of towards doing a bit of automotive stuff and playing around with this great lift that Ricky put in here. And that's another job this week. I've got to run a dedicated 15 amp point across the top here. Actually not there, over here I'll do it because I can get the scissor. You know those deals where you say, I should have done it while I had the hoist out, and I put all these lights in over here, and then I didn't think about putting a 15 amp point. For some reason I thought we were going to end up putting that down in that corner, so it wasn't going to be that hard to run something across in that workshop area. But and look, don't get me wrong, I'll just run it across the top here, down here, and then we'll come across, and we'll be right. But this cylinder here, Ricky's got a kit where, and for you guys that have been following the Joel's hoist fitting, he's got a bracket that goes in that actually brings us around to here. And look, I've got plenty of room between there, it's fine, but for $100 for a bracket or something, I don't know what it was, $80, $100, whatever. It's a great idea just to give you that bit of space. And so you don't, break off something. If you're trying to get through a smaller space, you do stupid things sometimes, so it can happen. All right, well, welcome to our tremendous mess, but we are getting there. And I'm feeling like, yeah, we might actually get there. I really do. I don't know. Once we had this space started to clear up, I could envision other spaces doing the same. So today, of course, we've done the other shed. We're getting that hoist there, not we, it's just me. Sam was off working all day, doing face painting, but and she came home and said, "How did you get?" Because imagine this system here where you've got these rails. When we threw the hoist back together, when we first moved back over to Tangam from Adelaide, we put what is this one on back the front. So for 12 years, it's been back the front, but we haven't wanted to run a rolling jack system on that one anyway. But today, I just couldn't look at it. I could have just rolled it into there, and I thought, no. And unfortunately, what you've got to do to turn it around, because it's all tensioned by the tops of these systems here, I literally had to get this onto wheels and unfortunately undo all the cables, which means, yes, you've got to calibrate all your cables again and get them all sorted out and make sure that they're all nice and tight, and mainly that your locks on that system. I mean, this system's got a better lock system by a mile. I do like this system. It's very good, even though you've got to add air. Anyway, so I reversed it around so that it is the right way now, so that you could run a rolling jack on that particular hoist. So you should ask me, do I see a rolling jack going on that hoist? No, probably not. So I'm not sure. I think it was just that sort of OCD part of me that went, no, I want to get that fixed. But I was able to get it all down to the ground. And I thought I was going to do all the work with the Bobcat, but that was pretty difficult. It was actually easier to put these things here weigh a ton, these long rails that you drive onto. and I decided, okay, not so simple. So I put it onto piano wheels with some timbers coming across, and that actually gave me the ability just to sort of really swing it in place. It was a bit tight, but where the Bobcat's a bit of a harsh tool sometimes you can get a bit crazy with your Bobcat. You end up, bumping into your shed, bumping into a post, bumping into just about everything. And it's not always, sometimes smaller is better. Anyway, got it into place. And I must admit, I did use the Bobcat just in the last little bit. We just had a little adjustment problem where I needed to have the weight off this so I could get it aligned again. And the Bobcat proved to be nice for adjustment, although it would have been good to have Sam here because she's actually very good on the Bobcat, and I could have just been adjusting it a lot easier. I was sort of getting on and off the Bobcat a few times, but that won't kill me. All right, well, there you go. Time to pack up for the night. Hopefully we've got some reviews on working Boxster soon. You know what? I know it's a Boxster. Do I get excited about it? Nope, not one bit. But it was a present I gave to Sam back in 2015, and the deal was that, I kept it working, and so that's still the deal. But look, we'll now we know that all the computing system's fine. I think we've got an issue with a rat. Honestly, I think what it is a possibly a rat. We've got a wiring issue. It'll be a point to point where a rat's eaten through a wire. I was talking to my neighbour Paul up the road, and we both agree that that's probably what it is. We've had it before, both of us on both on different cars and et cetera. So anyway, just wanted to show you the progress, and still alive and still doing what I'm doing. I'm just obviously. For those of you normally checking on the radio stuff, we will get back there. I'm just, look, I'm even did some DXing the other night on 20 metres for a bit of fun. I'm just not there yet. I don't know why, to be honest. I just really, I think, been off doing other things and just being busy and when you crook at times, you sort of, when you're not crook, actually, you value your time and you spend it really in things that are giving you ultimately a lot of joy. Radio will end up giving me joy again, I'm sure. I know we've got to get back into, obviously offloading a whole lot of stuff, but the money's not that important. It's a funny thing when you get to my end of life, you end up with more money than you need, but you also end up with a whole lot of junk that you need to get out of the place. So I don't know. We'll find the balance on that one day, hey? We'll see. But for now, just be assured I'm enjoying the ride, and for as long as I'm here, we'll just keep on doing what we're doing, and hopefully you get to sort of see us progress to a much cleaner environment. I'm not going to say too much, but there's a reason this big fella's in here, and what's going on top of it, you'll find out in time. But those of you who got a bit of a clue, don't say anything. There's only about 4 people on the planet that know anything about this anyway. But it should be good. But it's one of my dream cars that we'll see. I've still got to make it happen. I'm still working on some things to do with that, so don't get too excited just yet. But I think we're there. I think we'll be right. Okay, all the best. See you later, guys.